Hello, everyone. Welcome to the New Jersey Association for College Admission Counseling College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Sarah. I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/New Jersey. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, University College Dublin.
Thank you so much, Sarah. All righty, gonna get started here. Céad Míle Fáilte, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Chelsea Weaver and I am with University College Dublin in Ireland, or UCD for short. Before I talk specifically about UCD, I'd like to start with a few highlights of Dublin and Ireland. Ireland is known as a very welcoming, safe, friendly, and beautiful country. Lonely Planet voted Ireland the world's friendliest country, and according to the Global Peace Index, Ireland is the 8th safest country in the world. Dublin ranks as one of the top 10 best student cities in the world by QS, and I think this is because Dublin is a very vibrant city. Almost half of the population is under the age of 34, so it's really a great city for college students. It's also an accessible city in many ways. It's known to be a welcoming place. There's no visa requirement as a full-time student from the US, so none of that stressful immigration paperwork ahead of time. It's an English-speaking country. It's very easy to travel around the country via public transportation. You don't need a car, and it's well connected to mainland Europe as well. Dublin is a very modern capital city and home to about 1,200 multinational companies like Facebook, Google, Airbnb, and TikTok. So it's really a great headquarters for internships and work experience after graduation. UCD is ranked within the top 1% of universities worldwide. We currently have about 19,000 undergraduate students, and nearly 30% of our student body is international, which is one of the reasons why we are known as Ireland's global university. We were recently ranked highly as a sustainable campus, which personally, that's the ranking I am most proud of. We are a suburban campus. I think it's really a perfect size. The campus is about 350 acres. And if you think of most state schools in the US that you've visited, our campus is quite similar to your average US state school. We're located just 3 miles south of Dublin city center. So really kind of an ideal location. The neighborhood, the campus is really green. We have a lot of lakes. You can view the Wicklow Mountains from campus. We're really close to the Irish Sea. And the added benefit, we're really close to the Dublin city center as well. If you complete your degree in Ireland, you can stay in Ireland to seek employment and gain international work experience for 1 year after graduation, which is a massive benefit and can really help you stand out on your resume in the future when job searching. A little bit about our lovely on-campus accommodation. We currently have about 4,000 students living on campus. Really vibrant res life, something always going on. And we do seek to guarantee housing for incoming undergraduate international students. So that's one less thing to worry about. And all students stay in a private bedroom with shared living spaces, apartment style. So you will not have to share a dorm room. Our campus is very similar to a traditional US college campus, like I said, with all of the amenities that you're used to seeing, such as a swimming pool, sauna, gym, climbing wall, etc., and various student and academic support services that you would hope to find as well. We have over 130 societies and sports clubs, including a few of my favorite societies, the International Student Society, of course, the Harry Potter Society, and the Food Society. We also have a lot of convenient things on campus, like a grocery store, laundry facilities, pharmacy, and student health center as well. So in Ireland, we refer to majors as courses or programs. So if you're looking at our website and you don't see the word major listed, this is the reason why. It is very common to apply directly to the course of your chosen subject, which is known as direct entry. We do not have general education requirements, so you can completely focus on your major at UCD from day one. We offer over 70 undergraduate degree courses, which are 3 or 4 years in length, completely depending on the course that you choose. We also have our liberal arts and sciences program, which is definitely our most popular program for US students because it is most similar to an undecided major in the US. And it does allow you to explore various subjects for your first year or two before you actually choose a major. We are on the Common App in terms of admissions and applications. Of course, you can also apply directly on our website. You can apply to up to 4 of our programs for 1 application fee. And for admission, we only review academics. So we do not review essays, letter of recommendations, or extracurricular activities. We have all of our entry requirements for all of our programs on our website. They do differ depending on the program. We are currently test flexible for some of our programs for 2022 entry. So that liberal arts and sciences program I mentioned, that is test flexible. Some of our arts and humanities programs are test flexible, but our competitive programs do still require the SAT or ACT. We have a priority deadline of December 1st, and we really encourage you to apply by then, even though we do have rolling admissions. And this is just so you are eligible to apply to our very competitive scholarships. I think that's my time there. I will include my colleague Kendall's email in the chat, and thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, UCD. Next up, we have St. Mary's University, London.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Bill. I'm from St. Mary's University in London. Now, I am based in the UK, so it's quite late in the evening here for me. So thank you for hanging around, or whenever you catch up on this presentation. So let me talk to you about St. Mary's University. So we're a small university. We're only about 5,500 students, and this is a bird's eye view of our campus. I went up and took that photo. I got on my drone and flew over the city and took that one. I didn't do that, obviously, but I like to say that. So this is us. We are quite a sporty campus. You can see our Olympic-sized running track. We're quite suburban. You can see that we're in a lovely area of London. You can see the famous River Thames just a short walk away from campus, which is great. We're one of the safest campus universities in London. In fact, we are. And the area of London we live in is the safest borough that you can live in as well. Or, you know, depends what metrics you look at, but it's a very lovely place is basically what I'm saying. This is where we are in relation to the rest of London. So obviously it's always useful to put the road network up for you. But this is where we are in relation to sort of the airport and central London. It's kind of the bits in the darker blue in the middle there as well. And that's where we are based in southwest London. These are some beautiful pictures of the campus. And on the top left there, you can see sort of the sports building with our wavy roof there, which is great. And you can see that we kind of are a sort of a traditional campus style university, which are relatively rare in London, but there are a few of us knocking about, and there are some social spaces at the bottom there. I really like the university because it kind of offers you that best of both worlds. You've got the craziness of London and you've got the safety and security of our campus. Now, we like to talk about sort of graduate outcomes at the university. So 98% of our students are within further study, and students do or work. Students do get to graduate in sort of pre-COVID times at Westminster Cathedral as well, or Westminster Abbey, I should say, or Cathedral. And that's obviously where lots of royal weddings and the like have taken place. In the last few years, we've had to sort of scale that down for coronavirus, but obviously we hope to be back there soon. We're top 5 in the UK for student experience, and that is done by the Good Times, Sunday Times Good University Guide as well, which is great. We're top in London for sport. We're a very sporty university. If the St. Mary's was a team in the Olympics. We would have come 26th in Rio, which is great. So we do punch above our weight when it comes to sports. These are some of the sports partnerships and placements that we've got. And you can see there that we do have some relationships with some Premiership football teams. There's 2 Premiership football teams up there, and there is also another one that keeps going between the second division as well into the Premiership. And there are some other great sports offers that we've got at the university. That isn't our stadium, that is Stamford Bridge, that is owned by Chelsea. Another good thing about universities and sort of studying in the UK is there's lots of things that you can do alongside your studies. And it's a great opportunity for you if you do that. Now, talking about schools, you do apply straight to a program at the university, so you major on day one. We do have some liberal arts, but generally you apply for direct entry onto the program. And we're talking a bit about the business school. Up there is some of the accreditations that the business school carries. Obviously, I recommend you to look into the individuals for your program. The way that the business school is structured, you've got a sort of a business management pathway, and then you've also got a communications kind of pathway, which is a fantastic way to split the business school. It's one of our most popular schools, and we do get a few students from North America and the States every year. Creative arts is something that I love. I come from a sort of creative arts background. I love sort of the sort of drama of everything. And our BA acting program is kind of a conservatoire style program at a British university. So you get the best of sort of both worlds when it comes to the experience you have. But I'm just going to cycle through these relatively quickly. And then you've got the humanities, and we do have a liberal arts program at the university, and we do offer a 2-year pathway as well. So you can get your bachelor's in sort of 2 years. And so, you could get a bachelor's and master's in 2 years if you come to us, which is great. We've got quite a sort of a great humanities department. Some of the academics are some of the nicest people you ever could meet. Sports and health, as I say, is a big thing. We do direct entry for physiotherapy, and we do direct entry for a few other programs. And there are some sports rehabilitation things on there as well. Sports is massive for the university. So if you've even got an inkling that you want to do sport, do consider us. Education, very popular amongst many different sort of styles and backgrounds of students. But, you can sort of do anything you pretty much want at the university. We've got lots of different majors. Now, talking about fees, tuition, you might find cheaper than some sort of universities in your home country, but it's around £18,000 a year. And do not forget that degrees in England are only 3 years long. I do apologise for that. Scholarship's moving out of the box. So you can get cheaper fees than that as well. So direct application is free of charge on the website. Also, we are on Common App, and you can apply via UCAS. There is no fee to the St Mary's website and on Common App. We've got guaranteed accommodation for new undergraduates as long as you apply before the end of June, and we do have meal plans included. We generally have non-shared rooms, so single rooms and large rooms. We do have a small amount of twin rooms, but we don't really suggest those for the international students. But you can have your own bathrooms if you want. And you can see the prices are quite affordable for a London university as well. These are some photos of the local area. That up there is King Henry VIII's Hampton Court Palace, where he committed lots of terrible things, but he left us with a nice building, and it's a sort of a great sort of student area as well. And I'm just going to end up sort of telling you the sort of final facts. So these are some sort of facts that I put up for you. So think about the small, diverse classes that we offer, affordable fees, and fantastic sports facilities. That's my contact details, but I believe I have run out of time. So have a great rest of your evening, and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have American College Dublin. Hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Healy, and I am the admissions representative from the American College Dublin, which we also call ACD, located in the heart of Dublin, Ireland. So I'd love to start my presentation off with this picture because I think it gives a really great representation of the city as a whole. There's a lot going on, a lot of stores, restaurants, pubs, a lot to see and explore. And as you can see, there's always people walking around. It's an extremely friendly city, and I'll talk about this a little bit more later on, but we really encourage our students to take advantage of this city. So if you bring your attention to the back of the photo really quickly, that is St. Anne's Church, and that is where we host our formal graduation ceremonies. So there's something for you to look forward to a little further down the road. So we are an Irish American university, which means we uphold the standards of accrediting bodies from both Ireland and the US through the Quality and Qualifications Ireland and the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. So what this means for you as a student, well, so first, if you pick your degree from the Irish accreditation, say in international business, it would be a 3-year track in international business, and you wouldn't be taking any other courses except for the courses that go under international business. So you wouldn't be taking any creative writing classes. And then if you would go, you would go the more traditional path with the US accreditation. It would be 4 years, and you would take those general elective courses and courses that are outside of the degree that you apply for. So it really gives you an opportunity to look at yourself as a student and a learner and see what makes the most amount of sense for you. So we are a very small school, and because of that, we are able to offer very small and interactive lectures. They are typically less than 20 students, but I would say even smaller than that. But this arrangement really allows for an interactive experience within the classroom. So it's not just the professor, lecturing at you. There's a lot of opportunities for breakout groups and conversation amongst your peers. So it's a really great opportunity to hear other people's opinions and perspectives. And it really makes the topic of discussion that much more interesting because you're not learning from one source, you're hearing this in such an interesting way from so many different people. So as I mentioned before, we encourage our students to take advantage of Dublin. We kind of want it to be an extension of the classroom. As I mentioned, it is a really great city with a lot going on. It definitely has that more intimate community feeling, like a little bit smaller, so it's not very overwhelming. But then it also has definitely like a metropolitan feeling to it. There's a lot of big companies that have offices and headquarters in Dublin, like Google, Apple, LinkedIn, just to name a few. If you're thinking post-grad for career opportunities, there's definitely a lot going on. As I mentioned, we are located in the city center and like a 1-minute walk from the National Gallery Museum. So as you can, see, we're really in the thick of it. I mean, you can pretty much reach any other part of the city from ACD. So our administration is small, like the size of our school and our classrooms. But again, it's small by design. We operate under an open door policy, and we really encourage all of our students to drop by and get to know us. We are small because we want to be as accommodating as possible for our students. And for us to be that, we need you to, come and let us know what you need so we can help you. So here are the courses we offer. We have that 3-year track that I mentioned in international business and liberal arts, and then 4-year bachelor's in international business, hospitality management, event management, and liberal arts. And then we also offer 4-year BFAs in musical theater and performance and creative writing. So even though we are small, we do welcome applicants from every corner of the globe. We are an extremely diverse student body. And because of that, our requirements are aimed at gathering more of a holistic view of the applicant. We really want to get to know who you are as a person and a student. So because of that, what's required is a minimum 2.0 GPA. And then for any transfer or mature students, a resume or CV. And then a personal statement that describes why you would like to study your chosen area at ACD. So this is really your opportunity to shine through and really paint a vibrant picture of yourself. This is where we are going to really get to know who you are, what your passions are, what you're interested in, everything like that. So you really should take advantage of that personal statement. We have been test optional forever, and we will continue to be so. So if you want to include them, great. But if not, it will not be counted against you at all. So our tuition is €9,000. Right. Most recently I checked, it was like $10,400, I believe, but with the exchange rate, it does tend to change a little bit. And then for the BFA, it is a little bit more just because there's different locations for classes and different materials you need. We do operate under a rolling admissions. So as you apply, we will get you a decision within 2 weeks, and our application page is right on our website, and I will drop that link in the chat below. Again, my name is Sarah Healy.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have West Virginia University.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cassandra, and I am the regional recruiter from West Virginia University. I am located in New Jersey as well, so I am home all the time, it feels like. This is my contact information, and I'm going to drop it in the chat box below, but I am your point of contact for anything that you might have questions about. So whether that is questions about the application, the school, housing, I am here to assist you. So we are a one WVU system. We have 3 schools within that system, and I am from the Morgantown campus, which is probably the campus that you know the most about. We also have a Beckley campus, which is about 3 hours further away from New Jersey, and a Kaiser campus that's about an hour and a half closer. These are smaller schools. Some of them are, the enrollment is similar to some of the high schools in New Jersey, around 1,300. So they have some academic programs that are 2 or 4-year programs, and they transition to the Morgantown campus. So students have the option to start at a smaller school if they want to, and then finish their degree in Morgantown. This is just some fun facts about WVU Morgantown. So we have about 360 major combinations that you can do. There's 26,000 students on campus and about 21,000 are undergrad. We do have about 1,800 international students that come to us from over 100 different countries. So we will get into it a little bit, but we're R1 for research and we're Division I for sports. We have 18 sports in the Big 12 and a number of accomplishments on our campus. So where is Morgantown, West Virginia? Well, we're in the north central West Virginia area. So we're 6 hours from central Jersey, about 6 hours and 45 minutes from Bergen County, and we're just an hour drive from the Pittsburgh airport. You can see over here in this picture on the bottom right-hand corner where we're located. You can see that we're just over the border. So this is what our campus is like. We have one large campus divided into 3 sections. It will feel like a smaller campus because students will be more concentrated in one area or another. We have our medical center where we'll find our medical students. Our nursing students will do their clinicals over there. Our stadium is there, and our Ruby Memorial Hospital, which is a trauma center. Their Evansville area and the downtown area is where most of our students will spend the variety of their time. Our Evansville area has a lot of green space, some bigger, newer buildings. We have our engineering program over there, our recreation center, student health. And then on our downtown area of campus, you're going to be walking distance to downtown Morgantown. You're going to find our business school, our Everly College of Art and Science. Both the Evansville area and the downtown area have 6 housing options for our students to live on. And they have a number of amenities such as libraries, places to eat, things to do, and different resources for students. It is connected with a monorail system called the PRT. So you can see it in the bottom left-hand corner, but also a bigger picture over on the right. This is what most of our students use to get to class, to get to the rec center, up to the health center to get their flu shot, whatever it may be. So it's definitely the best way to get around our campus. We have 14 different colleges on our campus. These are them listed on the screen. We have a lot in the STEM and healthcare realm, but we're founded as an agriculture program. So we do have a lot of programs and resources for students with agriculture. We also have things like law, business, media, education, and creative arts. Some of the unique majors that we might be known for, or maybe that you know us for, would be our forensics program, which includes forensics chemistry, biology, and examiner. Petroleum and natural gas engineering and aerospace engineering are very big on our campus. Neuroscience and biochemistry, and we do have a number of 3+3 law programs for students. We have a sports and exercise psychology program, which is a little more unique, coaching and performance science, sports adventure media, art, technology, history, and more. So these are just some of the majors on our campus that students can choose from. At WVU, we are all about helping our students get hands-on experience right away. That Ruby Memorial Hospital is ideal for our nursing students, our pre-med students. They can get some real life experience right away. Our nursing students will do a number of clinical hours, and we do have a study abroad option for students. The biggest thing on our campus is our R1 research, which is a great way for students to get experience, meet some mentors, and build their resume. We also like to have fun on campus. So you probably know that we're the Mountaineers, and we do have a lot of school spirit. We're very proud of our sports teams. We're huge into outdoor adventure and outdoor leadership. So we do a lot of hiking, camping, canoeing, skiing, and snowboarding trips for our students. So you'll definitely get involved in something like that if that's the fit for you. We're, like I said, very much into our sports, not only football, basketball, but we have a great rifle team and a soccer team as well. Aside from that, we have a lot of programs that will help students be successful on campus. There's a number of tutoring opportunities, success coaching, wellness program, Office of Accessibility, a TestWell Learning Center, seminars, and more. We really want our students to come to WVU and sharpen their skills so that they can be the best version of themselves as a student on campus. We also have over 485 student organizations, so students can find something that they're interested in, find some people with some common interests, and make some friends on campus quickly. Our application process is rolling admissions, and we're on the Common App. Once we receive your application, it's a 4 to 6 week turnaround. We do have a test optional application for students as well. We do not require essays or recommendations, letters of recommendations. And I am here to help you with the application process should you have any questions about that. Aside from that, we have merit-based scholarships. You'll see on the screen test optional scholarships and merit-based scholarships as well. And these are also on our financial aid page for students. If you're interested in WVU, I highly recommend scheduling a visit. We have visits on campus, virtual visit opportunities, and more. They also have a self-guided tour available for students who want to come down and check out the campus on their own time. And then that's my contact information, so please reach out if you need any assistance.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have University of Connecticut.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Eric. I am one of the admission officers here for the University of Connecticut, kind of here to talk to you a little bit more about our school. So UConn, of course, is the main public school for the state of Connecticut. We have about 24,000 undergraduate students across 5 different campuses. Our main campus, our flagship campus, that campus that you think of when you think of UConn, is located in a town called Storrs, Connecticut, where we have about 19,000 undergraduate students there. So technically speaking, we are a medium-sized university. These 4 other regional campuses are much smaller in size, only about 5,000 students between the 4, mostly for in-state commuting students. Our campus in Storrs is about a half an hour away from Hartford, which is Connecticut's capital and biggest city, an hour and a half away from Boston, 2.5 hours from New York City, and about 2.5 hours to 4 hours or so from most parts of New Jersey. It's a real mix of a medium-sized school that's going to be large enough to offer you tons of opportunities and resources and everything you're looking for, both academically and socially, but still small enough that it feels very green. There's a lot of hiking trails, there's a lot of lakes, there's a lot of rivers, a lot of gardens, a lot of empty fields. So it's really that perfect medium-sized school in terms of physically what the campus looks like. In terms of the academics, UConn offers about 115 majors in about 10 different schools and colleges. We are most well known for our business programs, our engineering programs, and our nursing programs. Our most popular individual majors are all within liberal arts and sciences, and they are biology, chemistry, and political science. We do education, we have pharmacy, we have fine arts, we have agriculture. So academically speaking, whatever you are interested in studying, we can most likely offer that to you. If you're not sure what you want to study at UConn, that is also perfectly fine. We do have a very popular undecided track called our ACES program. ACES stands for the Academic Center for Exploratory Students. Again, a really popular option. About a quarter of our first year class will come in each and every year undecided. So really not a problem at all for us. The average class size is about 28 to 34 students. And we have a student factor ratio about 16 to 1. So your class sizes really aren't going to be terribly big. Your first year, your sophomore year, when you're taking those general education classes, they can be pretty big, but as you progress through the major, again, to your upper level biology classes or animal science classes or whatever you decide to major in, the courses are going to get a lot smaller and a lot more hands-on. And if you were interested in anything like a pre-med, pre-dental, or pre-law track, we do offer those as well. They are more offered through academic focuses and tracks versus specific majors you need to do. In terms of campus life, UConn, again, is going to be a large enough university to offer you tons of opportunities and tons of support in anything you're looking for. And that's going to apply to campus life as well. We have over 700 plus student clubs and organizations at our school, and they really range all over the place from personal interest to hobbies to professional development to community service, whatever you are interested in doing, wherever your passions lie in terms of things outside the classroom. We are going to have a club or an organization that does that at our school. If there's something that you are really interested in doing that for some reason we don't offer, it is very easy to make up a club on your own. It just takes about 6 other students or so and faculty approval. And that's how easy it is to make a club here at UConn. Probably upwards of 80, 85% of those 700 plus clubs were made by students at some point in time in the past. Other than clubs and activities, another major way we see a lot of students will get involved in is going to be through athletics. We have about 21 different Division I teams, super well known for our men's and women's basketball teams. We have football, we have baseball, soccer, hockey, and a variety of different other options. We have about 37 different club teams and 100 plus intramural programs. A lot of our Division I sports will be right on campus, including basketball, baseball, and soccer, and it's very accessible for our students to go to games as well. Other notes about campus life is we have 200 plus education abroad programs in over 60 different locations. We are a Tier 1 research institution, so there is a variety of ways to get involved in research in terms of the academics outside the classroom, and we have over 30 different chapters of fraternities and sororities. So again, whatever you are looking to do at a university in terms of things outside the classroom, UConn is going to be large enough to offer that all to you, but at the same time, not that large where it feels overwhelming or competitive to join and get involved in anything at our school. In terms of the application process, we are on the common application or the coalition application. Whatever students are more comfortable using is perfectly fine for us. We pretty much just require the application, and then we essentially just require your courses. That could come in the form of official transcripts sent officially from your counseling team at your school, or you use the self-reported academic record if you'd like to. The personal essay is going to be built into the application. There are no supplemental questions or prompts to answer for UConn, and the letters of recommendation are going to be optional as well. So again, all we require on the application process is just going to be the application itself, and then your courses in the terms of your transcript or the self-reported academic record. As you see here on the screen, and moving on with my next slide here, is that we are a test optional university. We do not require SATs nor ACTs for really any part of our application process. It is 100%, 1,000% really up to you if you want to submit those scores. We do not require those scores for honors, scholarships, special programs, any one of our majors. It is again 100% optional. If you decide that you are interested in submitting your SAT score or ACT score, our middle 50% is right here on the screen. For our main campus for stores, our middle 50% SAT-wise is about a 1240 to about a 1410. Our middle 50% for an ACT is about a 28 to a 33. And GPA on average is a 3.6 on a traditional 4.0 scale, which is like a B plus A minus average, but it is really much a holistic review. We are looking at every single part of the application. Just to wrap up here, a little bit about our dates and deadlines. We are not an early action school. We are not an early decision school. Applying by December 1st is just going to get you a better chance of honors and a better chance of scholarships. That's the main benefit of applying by December 1st. If you're not interested in applying by December 1st, just make sure you have everything in by January 15th. That is our main campus deadline for that. And then all of our decisions are released on March 1st. So again, applications in by January 15th to be considered for everything, but that better chance of honors and that better chance of scholarships by December 1st. And then all of our decisions are released on March 1st. So thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have James Madison University.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm so excited to talk to you about James Madison University, which is located in Harrisonburg, Virginia. My name is Trent Pace. I am your senior admission counselor. I graduated from JMU back in 2017 with my degree in organizational communication and a minor in human resource development. And I just finished up my master's degree, well, back in 2019, in the communication and advocacy program with a concentration in environmental communication. So a lot of communicating. If you have not already done so, please scan the QR code in the bottom right corner to join our mailing list. As you'll see tonight, our focus here at JMU is on the undergraduate experience. We have a unique opportunities reserved for undergrads. Our academic and student life support is designed for undergraduate students, and our students receive individualized attention from their faculty members as our professors' true passion is teaching and educating their students. So let's get you acquainted with us a little bit more. We are a public state school with a total enrollment of approximately 22,000 students, about 20,000 of which are undergraduates. Despite our large student body, we definitely maintain a strong sense of community in a small school feel. This is evidenced by our small class sizes, which average 25 students. And in fact, only 12% of our classes have more than 50 students. Additionally, 98% of our classes are taught by professors as opposed to graduate assistants or teaching assistants. We recognize that college is an investment. I repeat that again, it is an investment, So we have you learning from the experts in your courses. We have plenty of support here at JMU, academic or otherwise. And if you have any questions on specifics, I will put my email address in the chat box at the end of this presentation. And at the end of this presentation, you'll find it too as well. We also have Division I varsity sports teams here at JMU. Game days are just so exciting, and the school spirit here is unparalleled. That's why we are the #1 most recommended school by our students. I also think that is why we have such a high freshman retention rate at 90%, almost 10 points above the national average. So let me give you some more information about the admission requirements. That's the reason why I'm here. As you see, our deadline for early action is November 1st, and our regular decision deadline is January 15th. We are finally on the Common App, so that's something that I'm excited about. So if you would like to apply through the Common App, you can. We still have our coalition application, and you can still apply through our regular application to our website. Whatever one works best for you, it's up to you. Another thing too, in terms of what we are looking for, we are just looking at your core academic classes. So that's your math, your social science, science, English, and your foreign language classes. And we also take a look at the rigor of your curriculum. So if there are any APs, honors, IB, dual enrollment, we would love for you to take some of those classes as well. The things that are optional, we are a test optional school. We've been a test optional school for about 6 years. It's not a 2020 thing, so it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So when I say optional, I like to be more specific. It's not required. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to help you if you decide to send in your test scores. Extracurricular activities is also optional. Personal statement is the same thing as the essay. That is also optional. There's no prompt in terms of what we're looking for, so it's up to you in terms of what you want to write about. But if there's anything that I need to know, please talk about it. It's a time for you to be as open as possible about things that we need to know about you as a student. And also the letter of recommendation is optional. We only accept one. And if you have any questions about that process, please let me know. It's a pretty straightforward process when you're on the application. Again, all the things that I've said that are optional are not required. So you have not or don't plan on submitting that information, that's totally fine. We strictly look at your academics and the core academic subjects and the rigor of your curriculum. JMU also offers 164 undergraduate academic programs that are organized in several colleges. Much of the learning here takes place across different academic disciplines in an environment of innovation and collaboration. Also, many of our students choose to double major or have a major and a minor, or even 2 minors if you can even handle that. So that's something we do encourage. In addition to their major, all JMU students complete a common core of classes that we call general education courses. Students take about 41 credit hours of general education classes. And also, if you're unsure of what you like to study, our undeclared students are supported by our academic advising office and have until the beginning of their sophomore year to declare a major. So if you are unsure of what you want to major in, that is totally fine. We do not admit by major, and most of our students do come in undecided and undeclared. Our top 5 majors is psychology, nursing, business, education, and we have pre-professional programs. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, we are located right off of Interstate 81 in Harrisonburg, Virginia, which is in the beautiful Shenandoah Valley. To give you some perspective, Harrisonburg is about 2 hours from Richmond, Virginia, and 2 hours away from Washington, D.C. There are plenty of things to do in the area and even on campus too. We have about 450 plus clubs and organizations to choose from. My senior year, I did club dodgeball. Yes, we have a club dodgeball team. It was really fun. So we also have a chocolate milk club, if that's something else you're interested in too as well. If there's a club that we do not have, you can start your own club as well. We are ranked number 8 in the nation for the top food in the nation. Some people have us as number 7. So at the end of the day, you will eat well on our campus. So definitely check out our campus. You are more than happy to visit as well. Just go online and register for a tour or a self-guided tour. You'll notice my contact information again at the top of this page. Please screenshot this, take a picture, write it down, whatever you need to do to have this available to you. I'm here to be a resource for you. So I hope you'll take advantage and reach out with any question, comments, or concerns. So I'd like to say this one more thing. JMU Dukes. Thank y'all, appreciate it.
Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to invite all of our panelists to join me back on camera and unmute themselves. for what we like to call a Q&A round robin. I will pose a question and we will start in the order, or we'll go in the order which you presented. So starting with University College Dublin, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
I think I'll start with some practical advice. When this isn't so much college search advice, but college application advice. Maybe use a professional email address when applying to colleges that is not linked to your school, as you are going to lose this email address once you leave that school.
St. Mary's University, London.
That's a really good one, actually, because we have students reply with such silly email addresses sometimes as well, which they're applying for. Anyway, so I would obviously say sort of keep your mind open to sort of every sort of possible college that is out there. Do your research, sign up for emails. You can always unsubscribe. Just keep your mind open and don't say no to anything at this point, because you've got, years of fun possibly ahead of you and you want to kind of get all the options you possibly can.
American College Dublin.
Yeah, I would say, especially since there's quite a few international schools tonight, I would say, if you can't get to a school to visit, definitely reach out and see if there's a student you can talk to, because they're a really good way to see, what the campus culture is like, what the city is like. So that's a really great resource to have in your back pocket.
West Virginia University.
I would say when you're looking for the school, make sure that you're looking for something that's the best fit for you. And if anything, in the last 2 years, we've learned that the traditional way of visiting a school isn't always the best. So definitely take advantage of virtual opportunities to connect and learn what you can while you narrow down the process.
University of Connecticut.
Yeah, I'd say biggest piece of advice I would have is just staying organized. It's a lot of things to balance when it comes to early actions, early decisions, dates and deadlines, knowing what is required on each application for each school. So just making sure you're staying on top of those dates and deadlines, making sure you're aware of what's required for you. And the best way to do that is just by staying organized, staying level-headed about everything. It's just going to make that process a lot easier for you.
James Madison University.
So definitely ask questions if you do have questions. I think that's something that we, as humans, as people in general, struggle with asking questions when we need to. So that's something that I encourage college students, when you, even high school students, when you do apply for the search process, ask questions. Visit our campus if you can. That's something that I always encourage students, because I can talk about the university as much as possible, but it's not until you actually gather more information from your questions and possibly, if you can, visit, that's when you know if it's the right fit for you.
So our next question, and we'll go through this quickly, starting with University College Dublin, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school?
I would say that we have one of the largest urban campuses in Europe. And also just in general, that Dublin is such a cool city for college students. It really is so lively.
St. Mary's University, London.
Well, that London is, one of the greatest student cities in the world. And if my university was a country in the Rio Olympics, we would have come 25th, I think.
American College Dublin.
I'll kind of just jump on what Chelsea said. Dublin's a really great city, so much fun, especially the people and everything. But then my school specifically, I just think that we're really here to help you. We have chosen to be a small little school, so we can do that for you and be there for you and make sure that your time in college is as fun and productive as possible.
West Virginia University.
I would say we are a large school with large school amenities and resources for students with a small school feel, which makes everyone feel at home.
University of Connecticut.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually going to be what I was going to say. It's just that, again, UConn's really that perfect medium-sized school, large enough to offer you opportunities and resources and everything, but still going to feel like a community to you.
James Madison University.
Definitely, I like to always emphasize the family aspect. I think a lot of students I've talked with, especially New Jersey out of state, is that they feel that this is a place they can be for 4 years or however long that might be, even after graduation. So definitely a home feeling. And again, the food is amazing. So that's the reason why we're in the top 10.
Well, I want to thank our wonderful presenters today for their insights, your information, and to all of you for joining in. And when you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions, and you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/New Jersey. Thank you and have a great rest of the day.